I am a developer at heart. I'm one of those
Mm-hmm.
people who, like a mechanic, wants to get deep down into the code, work it with my hand, just work Apex and make it do exactly what I want to. Should this be something that I look into, or this architect be something I look into, or is it
Mm.
more of a thing for maybe people who are more interested in DevOps?
That's a good question. First of all, Marcus, I'd say I love code as well. When I came into the Salesforce ecosystem, I was programming in PHP and .NET. The biggest challenge I found myself was to go clicks before code. Back then it was workflows. We didn't even have process builders. So workflows and validation rules and so on and so forth, controls. So the first piece of advice I'd give you is you need to teach yourself to enjoy doing a flow before you revert to an apex trigger. Just because you can do something in a flow doesn't mean you should. And it's that 80-20 rule. So if you're working in a really large org with really large data, you might have logic sitting in apex trigger for performance. Although lightning flow triggers claim to be faster and more performance than apex triggers. So that's my first piece of advice. So when you're sitting in the code and you love the code, put your headphones on, chuck a bit of Van Buren on. I mean, it's wonderful. But then you might not have a lot of interaction with the business. You might not understand what the business value is of this feature. So my second piece of advice is you've got to teach yourself to love the why. Why are we writing this code, right? Or why are we building this thing? Is this really going to work for the business? The business asked for wall and you painted it red, right? They didn't ask for a red wall. They asked for a wall. Sometimes the customer doesn't even know what they want. Maybe they really wanted, a little hut instead of like a full-walled house. So really understand the business case and the user story behind the code as well. That's my second piece of advice. And so the answer to your question, should I go down the architect route? If you want to stay as a developer, I think you're going to be a technical architect anyway when you naturally get more experience on the platform. Okay, so technical architect is just like senior dev. You're leading other devs. You love helping devs. You have the dev standards and coding patterns, the breadth across the platform that your juniors won't have. So therefore, you're naturally going to be that senior. Technical architect, I think, is just like a senior dev, but they understand more about the why, not just about the how. And they're more of a leader. Yeah. Are you a leader or a doer? And if you're a doer and you want to stay as a doer, that's fine. Label yourself as a senior dev and you'll have fun and you'll enjoy yourself. If you feel like you're naturally leading, then I think you'll naturally kind of, flow that way, to speak. Does that help you?
Pardon the pun.
Yeah.
Yes, thank
I
you.
know. It's a bad pun.